Hey guys, what's going on? This is Travis and I'd like to welcome you back to the channel. Well guys, if you've recently upgraded your Android phone or tablet, you might notice that the plugs that are coming with it to plug in and charge that device are no longer compatible with the old cables that you used to use. So I want you guys to stay tuned. I'm going to show you a great deal on a 2-pack of some Type C USB cables. They're high quality, they work great, and the best part, they're cheap. Alright, so stay tuned. Alright, so here's the deal. The folks over at Keepmini contacted me and asked me if I'd like to try a set of these cables. You know, I had to say yes, and one of the reasons why is because, well, to be honest with you, I'd already been using them. So this is an additional set, brand new set, and I can always use more. In fact, when I switched over to my latest Android phone, it had a USB-C cable with it, and I ended up having to buy a couple new cables, but I'll tell you what, these are a lot longer and a lot higher quality than the ones that I bought at Walmart for a couple bucks, and so we're going to check these out. So if you're not familiar with USB Type C, there's different standards that you can go with, and this is a pretty decent set. This particular cable, for those of you that are techies out there, can run 480 megabits per second for data syncing, and it can also push 2.4 amps, or I believe that's 2400 milliamps of electricity through 5 volts. And what that means is faster charge time for your phones and your devices, so long as the plugs you put these into are able to put out that kind of a power. So even though these can handle that kind of current, it doesn't mean that you know, old Nokia or LG wall charger they got sitting around that you've been plugging stuff into actually puts out that kind of voltage, but a lot of your newer chargers actually do. Just one thing that's really nice about it, this braided cloth finish. Not only does it look nice, they're kind of nice because they have less of a tendency to knot up. What I like to do with mine is to just twist them around my hand whenever I need to throw them in something, and they tend to keep their form, and you can just throw them in a bag and they're good to go. They do actually break in a little bit. Got a nice little satin finish to them, and you've got your standard kind of USB plug that you can plug into most of your devices, computers and so on, and then you've got your USB-C plug. So when I'm talking about the micro or mini USB plug, this is that old school plug that you had on. Actually, a lot of devices are still using this right now. See if we get that to focus in a little bit. Yeah, it's not so good. But anyway, you might be familiar with this type of plug. It's just a one-way directional plug, and you know, they're a dime a dozen. You can find them all over the place, but they do have a slower data transfer rate as well as carry less current than the newer generation USB Type C cables. And so when it comes time to upgrade, you can do that. Now over on Amazon, they've got these for $8.99 for a 2-pack. And these are 6 feet long. They're more than adequate. You know, you can always bunch them up if you want to, or put a cable tie around them if you want to get rid of the excess. My experience is that it's nice to have a longer cable, especially if you do a lot of reading before you go to bed, or you're on your device quite a bit and you need to really stretch it out and keep it plugged in. This is going to make it easy for you to do. So for $4.50 a piece, that's definitely going to save you a couple bucks over what it's going to cost you up at Walmart. And I should know because I just bought a couple cables up there for a different device here the last couple days, and I think I spent about $8 or $9 for one cable. I had to have them. I didn't have a choice, so I ended up having to buy them there. But if you get them through Amazon, as you guys know, you can get your free Prime shipping, and you may or may not have to pay sales tax. Again, nice thing about USB-C, you do have this 2-way directional plug. I can just show you one of my devices here. So it doesn't matter which way you're plugging it in. And if you look on the box, it should say of the device that you're about to buy if it's USB-C or not. I know a lot of people get frustrated because they bought all these other adapters and cables and plugs, and now they got to go change them again. So anyway, these are great cables. I've already been using a prior set before. I've got one out in my vehicle, and I have one up at my job, and it's had no problems at all. I mean, the cloth is holding up really well. And you know, for $4.50 a piece, it doesn't seem like a big deal, but I also don't want you guys to buy junk either, and so that's why I do in fact recommend these cables. Again, a 2-pack for $9, you're all set to go. All right, so that's it. I mean, they're cables. They handle a pretty decent data transfer speed. Like I said, 480 megabits per second. That's not bad. It's going to transfer stuff fairly quickly for you. But otherwise, guys, that's basically it. So Keepmini, I want to thank you guys for sending me these cables. I do look forward to using more of these because, again, we've got other vehicles they can now go out in, and I can quit sharing cables between vehicles and quit robbing my wife's cable when it comes time to plug this in. So anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for checking it out. Keepmini, I do appreciate you guys sending these to me, and again, I'll be posting my review over there on Amazon so you guys can read about them over there too. So guys, in the meantime, I want you to please like or subscribe, and again, you can check me out on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. We got a lot more content coming your way. You know, sometimes we have some pretty cool devices, and sometimes we just have simple cables, right? So that's it, guys. I want you to have fun. I want you to be safe, and as you know, we will talk to you soon. All right, take care, guys. Bye-bye.